Recorded live in Morgantown, West by God, Virginia, and across the world, with your hosts, Kevin Jones, John Flowers, and our lovely co-host, Ashley. This is the Final Forecast Podcast.
Welcome to another episode of Final Forecast with me, your host, Jay Flo. Y'all know my titles by now. Best at everything. Definitely the best shooter to play at WWE ever. People can forget about that. My guy, Kevin Jones, is with me.
Yo.
Are those pajamas, bro?
Don't worry about what I got going on over here, all right?
Man, it's old as hell wearing pajamas.
Chill, bro. This is Christmas pajamas. This was
Christmas.
not my. I know this exactly. My point exactly. This was not my idea. So.
Wait, what?
Sarah bought me Christmas pajamas.
Oh.
I mean, is she
and threatened me. She literally threatened my life if I didn't wear them. So.
Is she with you right now?
No, she's not. But they are kind of comfy now that I'm wearing them. I hated the idea at first.
Is that how you prove that you wore them? Be like, check my podcast.
Yeah. I'll send a picture and never wear them again. Be like, yeah, I wore them once.
Our lovely co-host Ash.
That's me.
Thick Ash, to be exact.
Hey. For the winner. Thick for the winner. Hey.
Oh, man.
I can't help it.
I can't help it. Dave's here. We're not talking to Dave today. Supposed to record Sunday, and Dave just decided, you know what? I'm going to sleep in today. Ash was worried, thought he was dead in a ditch somewhere.
I ain't gonna lie, I was worried too.
Yeah.
I was worried too. I was like, damn, it's not like Dave.
Because he asked me to join his shenanigans the night before.
Night out in the town.
Out.
It's all making sense now.
He literally told me he was sick. That's the reason why he wasn't up. No,
he probably was
tired.
Sick.
I'm just messing with you, Dave.
He probably was sick. It's called a hangover.
The cocktail flu.
Not his fault he can't hold his liquor.
That is fucking child.
What'd you do, Dave? Where'd you go? Anywhere fun?
I went to the empty abyss of Morgantown during break, and it was towny week, so
tough.
I
didn't even think about that.
We got to enjoy downtown with people that aren't in their 20s and relive our youths and feel like we're still cool, clinging onto our relevance.
Nice. I love it.
I didn't think about that. Why didn't you explain it to me like that? I would have came out.
I don't know.
Fuck.
Was this a thing, or you just with a group of people?
I wasn't just out by myself, just like paroling.
I mean,
town.
I don't know. I don't know what you do in your free time.
I'm gonna go check things out.
Yeah,
I was with people like, "Hello, Mr. Barkeep. I'll have your finest beer, please." No,
that is how I see you going into a bar by yourself, though. So that's the funny thing about it.
Bro, that's what I've been doing lately. The fuck? What's wrong with that?
John walks in with his Edward Jones branded briefcase. And, hello, sir.
I literally do after work. Just go to the bar, get a drink.
I'll take your finest ale on tap, please.
Hear me up.
And do you have a Roth IRA? I'd like to have a discussion.
That's what life is now. Me and KJ is kind of talking about that. Like, life is kind of crazy now.
Yeah, not ready for it. Don't want it yet.
Played pickup the other day with the coaching staff and almost died. Like,
oh
Kevin,
shit.
we were talking about your pickleball tournament, and Kevin said that's the one thing in retirement I'm not looking forward to: finding hobbies.
Just finding shit to do with my life.
That's fun, man. Getting your ass beat by 70-year-old men on a pickleball court.
Yeah.
Rough stuff, man. When you're used to being a top athlete, I guess.
Exactly.
That's where she got it from Target, huh? That's the exact.
Looks.
They stole my look.
Yeah. What'd you do? Do an image search on Kevin?
No, I just typed in blue thatch pajamas. Do we all want these for like our official podcast uniform?
Oh my god, I love
Sunday
it.
mornings.
I love it.
That'd be dope, actually, if we
Right? What we little
did
uni.
that.
And a
The
black
final snorecast.
Yeah,
Brand some
sorry.
Final
I see
Forecast
what you-
PJs.
She said, "Oh, this black man's wearing this. Let me get a vacation."
Yeah, that's crazy, right? That is crazy. She definitely said that. That
Wow,
definitely
son.
went into it.
That's crazy.
That's crazy because the one the little kid's wearing was the one that she got from me the year before. So she's just shopping at Target. There's no thought behind this. She's just going.
That's where the hot girls shop. You do know that, right? Like
I did not
that's
know
a
that.
known fact.
That's how I stay
Guaranteed,
with
you walk into a Target, you're gonna see hot chicks. Guaranteed, every time.
Target.
Target's worth that.
If I was single, that's where I would hang out. I went
True
there the
We
other
talked
day with
about
my
that
wife.
before, right?
I think we have.
There's
There's the back view.
single
If
women.
you want to
go,
imagine what
or
Kevin
single
looks
people.
like in these.
I want to know where she found them long enough for you. There's no way those
Yeah.
pants are long enough.
She went hard. She went hard with this one. I'm not gonna lie. They're comfortable though. So
Oh, I'm sure they are.
went to sleep like a baby last night.
Love it.
Lots to talk about with WVU sports. Where do we start? Where do we start?
Football.
Let's start football. Yeah.
All right, football. I told y'all
Wow.
from the beginning, my man Green
You right. You were.
Let me
you were
tell
trust
right.
the
you.
climb.
You were right. You were right, John. As much as I hate to
Always.
say it, and I've never ever said it before in my life, you were
when am I
right,
wrong?
John.
When am I wrong though? That's the question. That's what you need to ask yourself.
You did
I
that.
think you got lucky, but
Nah,
But-
I knew Green was, you know what I mean? Let him play.
dude.
Let the
Let's
boys
ball.
talk. The one thing I really want to express and really get down to business on is: did you guys watch the game?
I did.
I didn't. I wasn't able to watch the game.
Okay,
No.
that
Seen the score.
our last possession drive. Holy shit! I was like, I'd already written it off. I was like, dude, there's no way we're gonna get down this
you were
field.
one of those fans.
Well, like, I mean, honestly, first of all, the fact that we didn't do dick in the second half after we killed them in the first half, I was
One of
confused.
those. Game's
I was
still going.
confused.
Game's still going. Season's still
There was
going.
a minute. There was a minute left on that clock.
And we gotta hear about it from these type of fans. I mean, I was going at them on Twitter.
Were
Wanna know
you?
what I told you on Twitter, Ash?
What?
Because I knew you was just over there talking all types of shit.
You know me.
Shut the fuck up and trust the climb.
Those are your
Trust
exact words.
The climb. Sometimes we just gotta shut the fuck up and trust the climb. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay. All right.
it is what it is.
I
So
did.
how did you feel? I'm glad that we get to talk to one of you fans, you fair weather.
Don't call me a fair weather
All right,
fan.
I won't
first
call
of
you.
all.
I won't call you fair weather.
Thank
I
you.
mean, it seems like
Because
fair
I will
weather.
always stick by my Mountaineers. May not always stick by the coach. But
That's a fair weather because he's a Mountaineer. He's actually leading the Mountaineers. So,
Yeah.
but speaking to gloomy weather, I don't know what you want to call it. An Ash fan. How did you feel?
Call
Like,
me flighty because I'm up and down.
did you turn off the game?
No,
So you watched the last drive.
Absolutely.
So you believed a little bit.
I mean, I knew. I mean, let me tell you that I was literally standing in front of my TV and just I don't even know. I don't even know when that kid missed the field goal kick. I was like, okay, we got this. We can do this. We can do this. I know that we can.
Yeah.
Question is, are we going to? After showing nothing, literally nothing in the second half, we did not score once in the second half. So I was very nervous.
Why don't you think we scored in the second half?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what went wrong. I maybe they figured us out. I don't know, but Baylor came out a completely different team in that second half. Completely different.
They made adjustments.
They definitely made adjustments, and they made good ones apparently
I didn't-
because we weren't touching them.
I didn't get to watch the first half, but they said White was just running the ball. He was killing, and you could probably.
Dude, we were
adjust to
running
that.
it down their throats, and then they only had like 80 yards in the first half.
Yeah,
Like, our defense was killing them. And then the second half comes and it was just, I mean, madness. It didn't make sense. I missed parts of it at the beginning because I'd watched the game till the half and then I went out and I came back in the fourth quarter. And,
well, that's the problem right there.
well, maybe that was the problem. Good point.
But not like serious. You're talking shit after this game. You like fuck that Neil Brown. Da 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 da.
I had
And
nothing.
then-
I did not say that, but yeah.
I mean, you were blaming the coach probably the whole game. You was like, I'm done with West Virginia football. I don't know whatever you guys say. I'm just going based off of what I see on Twitter.
Okay.
You are always saying this. Then we score and win the game. What do you say after that? Does it feel like you have a foot in your mouth?
No. You know what I said? You really know what I said? Because first of all, I never lost hope that it was possible. The question is, are we going to do it? That was the question. Are we going to do it?
Okay. So you
and dude, Greene fucking dude, clutch motherfucker, clutch.
No, he's clutch. He's clutch.
It Dave, was. You can't tell me that drive wasn't. Every fucking move he made.
Put together a montage.
The right
please,
move.
Dave.
Every move he made was the right move. Every single one.
I will give you the biggest Christmas bonus you ever seen. If you could put together a montage of the before the season started, everything that was said about Greene.
What did
how Nico needed to be on the field.
Hey, but listen,
I said that Nico handled pressure better than Greene. However, it showed me the other night, whatever night that was, Saturday, that he definitely has what it takes in times of pressure. Now that I've seen it, it's a little bit different. Yeah. He never showed me that before.
That's what I was gonna say. You got to base your evidence. You got to base your, you know what I mean, how you feel off the evidence. Like if he never did it before, you gotta wait till he does it. You were ahead of the curve. So I'm not afraid. You were ahead of the curve.
I wasn't.
You were because he did not do this.
Neil Brown did. Neil Brown saw it in practice. We're not there at practice.
You're not wrong.
So however, you know what I did? I shut the fuck up and I trusted the Klein.
No, but how can you say Neil
Play
Brown
the theme music, Dave?
If Nico was in for a bit before Garrett Greene started balling, how did he?
My man got hurt. He got hurt. You forgot? He got hurt, bro. Okay. But yeah, I just trusted the Klein. You know what I mean? Like everybody think they know better than what the head coach of the football team. We don't know. I don't know football. Do you know football as well as Neil Brown, Ash?
No.
I'm confused. How can we critique this man? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't know. I don't understand that.
What did you forget about the fucking 4 seasons before this one?
Yeah.
Sure.
Did we forget about the horrible play calling this entire fucking season up until this point?
Was Rome built in a day?
No, you're right.
Okay.
You are, and you're not wrong about that. However, that doesn't negate the things that have happened before it. We now have shown promise. There is some promise there. However, are we going to put all the pieces together and continue uphill, or are we going to do what we usually do and start fucking backsliding? That's what I want to know.
So are we looking for a new head coach now? That's what I want to know.
That's Ash.
I don't think they can because his buyout's too big at this point. And now you've had a winning season.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't sound too thrilled about it. Like you still sound like you want him out of there.
She's not trusting the Klein. She doesn't trust it.
Even at 8-4? Even after 8-4?
What more do you want from me?
Yeah, that's tough.
I need another season.
That's a great season.
I need another season.
Hold up, Ash. So after the win, though, are we giving Neil Brown his props on putting Greene in that position and practicing the 2-minute drill to get him down the field? Are we giving him credit for his coaching ability and that, or not?
The question is, did they practice that?
Nah,
if they did, then yes. If they did not, then no. It's Greene. It has nothing to do with Neil Brown. That was all fucking Greene.
So we don't know what they do at practice. We don't know. At the beginning of the season, we didn't know how Greene was performing at practice.
Nope.
Don't know anything. So how can we not? I'm so confused, bro. Like,
you can't
by what he was doing on the field. Like, what's the confusion about? What was he doing on the field?
He's starting for a reason. We're trusting the Klein.
We didn't know what that reason was until just a couple games ago. We didn't know why he was starting. Nobody knew.
That is wild.
Nobody knew.
He won how many 8 games for y'all?
Hey, he up.
First of all, it's team effort.
Okay.
He updated his resume. That's all that happened. He updated his resume. His resume was looking shaky, and this season he updated it. That's it. And we go off that.
Now we're Greene believers. You know what I mean? Like Greene.
Yeah, now
I say
definitely. After showing me that, sure.
Give us something to believe in.
However, consistent. What have we been saying all season? Consistency, right? That's what it all comes down to. No one's doubting that there's great athleticism on that field. Everybody's capable of it. The question is, are we going to be consistent? That's all I'm asking for, consistency. That's why I said one more season, show me what's up. I will totally eat crow. I will eat crow all day long.
Consistency how, though? Like, in what aspect? What do you mean?
Like, we have to consistently win games, win them well, not make dumb mistakes. We've had some lucky fucking wins, man. We've also had some dumb fucking losses. Consistency is all I'm asking for. Yes, we had a good season. Was it necessarily because we were great? I don't know. I need to look at some statistics. I need to see how we compare to everyone else. I haven't seen.
You want to go 12-0?
No, I'm not asking for us to be perfect. Listen, we play in a very tough conference. No one's doubting that by any stretch of the imagination. And I think that they have played well this season. I'm not going to say we haven't. I'm just wondering, are we going to keep it up?
Got you.
And it's not the players. I think the players totally, we have the talent. We have the wherewithal, all that. It's the coaching that I'm questioning. That is it. I don't think our offensive coordinator is who, maybe Neil Brown's not the problem. Maybe the OC is the problem. I don't know. But I want to see more consistency. That's it.
KJ, anything else?
That's fair. That's fair. I think, but I don't want to spend this. I don't want to spend this time. I want to spend this time like big up in them. Like they had a really good season. I hope we get into a really good bowl game. And Neil Brown did this. You gotta give him credit. Garrett Greene, gotta give him credit, along with everybody else who contributed to the good season. And I think if there was an expectation of us winning, we were projected to finish last, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
if I'm not mistaken. And then to go from that to 8-4, like that's crazy. I also don't think I think that's just like a part of the media stuff, is like to pile on how bad West Virginia is if we look bad just in general. But I never thought we were going to be last anyway. But just to,
and we actually,
where did we finish?
Fourth. We're fourth.
Okay, fourth. But we got to take into consideration, I feel like the Big 12 wasn't really that like it usually is as far as football is concerned. Like Baylor was 3-9.
That 100%. Actually, and wait a minute, were they 3-9?
They were 3-8 at the time, and we beat them at 3-9 now.
I see it. Yeah. Yep. They finished 3-9.
We got to take that. We got to take all of this into consideration, but that still don't take anything away from what we did on the field. So congrats to the football team. Hope y'all make a great bowl game, and then let's do the same thing next season.
That's wild. So Iowa State finished ahead of Kansas State, even though Iowa State is 7-5. Kansas is 8-5 or 8-4. Excuse me. How'd that happen? They're both 6-3 in conference play. Huh. Iowa State must have lost to Kansas, or Kansas must have lost to Iowa State. That must be what it is.
So I heard we're planning the Pop-Tart Bowl, cherry Pop-Tarts.
Shut the front door.
The Pop-Tart Bowl.
Dave, did you hear that? The bowls?
Pop-Tart Bowl?
I don't know anything.
I can't.
Pop-Tart Bowl. It's like the Good Credit Bowl, Pop-Tart Bowl, some other one.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm not making that up.
You aren't?
No, it's a Pop-Tart Bowl.
Hang on.
I mean, they could have made it up.
How many bowls? How many different bowl games are there?
Oh my God, there's a lot.
Over 100? Over 100?
Let's see. Well, not BCS bowls, but how many? Let's Google it because I'm curious. How many?
Oh, these really miscellaneous bowl games.
We could really have our own bowl, KJ. All we gotta do is just put the money up for it.
41. There's 41.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Wait. However, it says all 41 bowl games for the 2022 to 2023 college football season are set for the season, which will feature, 82 bowl games.
I knew it was close to 100.
This year is 82. Holy shit.
Yeah, they become obsolete. Like, they don't mean anything. They just watered down.
So do you think we need to deal away with bowl games unless it's like the BCS, like the Orange, Rose Bowl, stuff like that? I feel like we need to do away with bowl games because I
agree.
Not doing anything for it's just one extra game on the schedule. It's not doing anything for anybody. Like, I think we should just deal away with it.
I wonder why they don't have a tournament.
That's a good. Well, they kind of do,
Well,
but it's only
Not
like
like
the
a-
top.
Didn't they
You know how
what,
long
expand
that would
the
take?
college?
top 8 or something? Huh?
Didn't they expand the football tournament this year
They
or something
did.
like that?
I think it's 8 teams go in the tournament. I think.
You know
I
how
mean, like
long that would take to do a football tournament? Because it's not like they're playing every other day. You got to at
That's
least get a week
true.
rest off because football different than
It would
basketball.
take. It would take an entire.
It
oh
would
my
take a
God.
whole nother season.
That's true.
there's a way to do it. Conference tournament. I was speaking more so like the conference tournament, but there's a way to get that done.
Well, they do conference tournaments. Like our Big 12 conference tournament will be Texas and Oklahoma State to find out who's the champion.
That's not a tournament. That's just.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's not a
you're right,
tournament,
but still, there's a
technically.
championship.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Honestly, though, that's not a bad. I mean, I think that's what the bowl games were normally intended to be. Like, for instance, taking the top teams out of each conference and then letting them play. Because I know, like, some of the BCS bowls are like Big 12 versus, I don't know, ACC. And then it'll have like 2 other teams from like the Pac-12 to the Big 10. What they should do is a tournament like that. Top 2 teams out of every conference goes in. Who comes out? That's the champion. That's the way they should do it.
Sure.
yeah.
The question is how they would match them up, though, because I feel like for instance, I always feel like there's certain teams that win and you're like, I don't know, man, I think we could take them. You know what I mean? Like, because you never find out. But I
mean,
guess
you
the
could only go
NCAA
off
tournament's the same way. So
And you can only go off the record. Like you can't. Even if a team is like you think is sorry or something, if they have a good record, it don't really matter what you think about them. You got to go with what the
True.
record says.
But I feel like strength of schedule matters so much more.
Yeah, that does. It does.
I mean, no offense, but
you
like if
beating?
you're playing a bunch of, bad teams and you're number one in your conference, doesn't necessarily mean you should be going into a tournament.
Yeah, but still, you won those games, and like you could
That's
easily
legit.
play down to the level of your competition, not win those games as well. So, I think that's important too. Is that that's the part that we miss as far as a strength of schedule is that you didn't lose any games you weren't supposed to. You know what I mean?
True.
You didn't lose any of those games. So
I'm
That's
over
important.
football. Basketball is back.
Can we just talk about how smooth that transition was and just so seamless?
Yeah,
I'm
over-
bored.
I'm over football. Moving on.
I am sick of it.
Wait, hold
we
on.
didn't get
one
to
more-
talk
one
about
more-
Dana Holgerson.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say.
Sorry, he's been so bougied up in those on-field press passes and the suites now that he's just so tired of supporting the climb. He's exhausted from it. He just,
I mean, if anyone's been supporting the climb on this show, you know who the hell it is.
so his shoulders.
Am
are
I
so
not
sore from-
supporting it by watching it, putting money into it, going to games? No,
Doesn't matter how you support, as long as you support.
Ash, have
I
you been to a game this year?
no, I didn't go to a game. This year.
Damn. Even when they started doing good, even
No.
when you seen things were turning around.
No, you know what's weird? I have not been. This is no joke. I've not been to which is wild. Let me preface this by saying, prior to COVID, Joe and I went to almost every home game. Like, and maybe it's because whenever I was working at CLG, I got free tickets, so I went all the time. I could probably still get them though. But anyways, after COVID, I don't know what is going on, but after COVID, it's hard for me, man. I'm like, oh, why go fight traffic when I can sit here and like drink beer way cheaper, you know what I mean? And make food and watch the game at home, which is a horrible attitude to have, but
That's my
COVID
attitude.
changed me, man.
That's been my attitude.
Yeah.
That's why Kevin
COVID
never
changed-
went
Since
to
college.
a football game.
I've never. No, I went to it while I was in school, but like after school,
All he does is
after
go
I
to the
graduated-
tailgates and then leave. He just goes
Yeah,
home.
exactly. And it's been
This
working
is
out for me.
why
See
we
how happy I
need
am.
a Final Forecast RV in the blue lot, TV, food, all that good shit.
Yeah, it's happening for sure.
Fire.
Because then I will be there.
Tough.
I'm gonna use my money I've been investing with John to get this thing rolling. What do you think about that, John?
I don't
Is
know
that
if we
cool?
can talk about that. I don't know if we could talk about that. It's
What?
rules, compliance.
Come on.
Anyways, my man Dana Holgerson
Yep.
got let go. I put out a Twitter poll. Did everybody want him here? Surprisingly, everyone said no. Overwhelmingly. It's like 100 people. I don't know how many people replied, but a lot did.
Were you surprised? You were really surprised about that?
I really was.
Really?
He left on a bad note?
Yeah, not a bad note, but he wasn't, we weren't doing great. We were just very middle of the road, man.
But he's just a cool dude. Like,
And also
that
we're
hand.
winning. I feel like that would be, if you made that tweet
A down, yeah.
and on a down year, I'm sure you would get a lot more yeses. But we're winning now, so
Now-
you're like, we don't need him. Now we don't need him now.
Granted, if you told me we would bring him on as like maybe offensive coordinator, I
Mm.
might be okay with that. I might
Why?
give that a consideration. Because I do think he knows offense, and I think he could do it better than our current. Just saying.
I feel bad for him. How long was he at Houston? 5 years?
When did he leave here? Yeah, 5 years. Yeah.
Why you feel bad for him?
I don't know. This is fucked up. Like, anytime someone loses their job, like,
Yeah, of course.
they're like publicly like out
That's
there.
weird that someone tweeted that.
As an
Just said
offensive
that.
coordinator, he's brilliant. As a head coach, he's
mid.
middy.
It's literally what I just said.
I wonder if he would consider that. I feel like people would like embrace
Oh,
him
someone
back.
else will hire him as a head coach. There's no doubt in my mind he'll go somewhere else. Now, he may not go to a Power 5, but he'll go somewhere else.
I
I just don't know who else is looking for a coach.
We just have some high flying offenses with him.
Yeah, I mean, I
going
don't remember him
16,
doing that
17.
bad.
He
What was
was
his
we
record?
was always very mid. You know what I mean? Like very middle of the road.
What are we now?
What do you mean? What are we now?
What are we now?
Well, we had a winning season this year. When I say mid, I mean like literally like a freaking
7-5, 6-6.
yeah, exactly. Like not even that good. We're talking like friggin' 6 and I don't even know 6 and 6.
And that's crazy too that you mentioned that, because we played them this year, and if it wasn't for the Hail Mary touchdown, we could be 9. We could easily be 9-3.
Yeah.
So and
What
then
have
we're
on
going
average though.
Hmm.
Because Dana had some good years. Didn't he win a bowl? He didn't win a bowl game?
I think he did with Tavon. So it says
So,
the
I mean-
Mountaineers had just one losing
Hey man,
season
this
under
is a good
Holgorsen.
record. 61 and 41.
41.
That's not bad at all.
It's not horrible.
That's what Dana
I'll-
had?
Mhm.
What's nil?
Yeah.
What's nil? What's nil?
What? What are we looking for? All right, Ash, I'll ask
Yeah.
you this as the
Mhm.
as a diehard football fan
As
on the
the
show.
asshole.
Like,
Yeah.
what are we looking for? What is, you say you want consistency, right? What is your
Yes.
what is your idea of consistency every year that you're like, okay, we had a good year?
My idea of a good year, especially in the Big 12, is finishing in the top. I don't mean
Okay.
top, but it would be nice if we could, like, you know what I mean? I don't expect us to be fucking Texas or Oklahoma. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm not saying we should be there all the time, but consistently winning seasons, but also showing growth, showing that we're recruiting the right guys every year. You know what I mean? Like, we just haven't done that in such a long time. And I feel like, I don't know, like I feel like West Virginia just needs to be at least in the, when was the last time we were even in the conversation?
I mean, you want us to be consistent in a very inconsistent NCAA.
I understand that, but like did we even crack the top 25 this year?
When did NIL start? 2 years ago?
2
Yeah, I
years.
think. Yeah.
2021? Yeah.
Like, we got, come on. That's that in itself takes time to get used to. Like, we're not going
No,
to
you're
all
right.
the top
You're right.
recruits
I'm not disagreeing
because
with that.
of that.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think we do have some high expectations, bro. Like,
I think maybe it's because we came off oh my god, how to explain this?
you just
I
said
feel
that
like
was trash. What did we come off of?
I feel like Holgorsen was going in the wrong direction for the past few years he was with us, right? Like we weren't having, we weren't in the conversation then either. So I think
Did
like
he-
after such a long time and you hire a new coach and you're like, okay, 4 years, I'll give him the 4 years. And then last year it was pathetic.
That's why I tell
And
investors.
huh?
That's why I tell investors, like, yo, calm the fuck down. Like, some things are gonna be, some years are just gonna be bad years for the stock market. But overall, the stock market goes in one direction. You know what I mean?
You're
Like,
totally right. No, you're absolutely right. I think there's I think for at least for me as a Mountaineer fan, there's too much emotion involved, right? Like when you're diehard, you're literally diehard. So every win means so much and every loss means a lot too. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
Can I-
you're riding that train regardless, and it
can I
sucks
ask you?
sometimes.
Can I ask you this?
Yeah.
Do you think it means more to you and the other average fans out there
No.
than it does to the coaches and the players?
That's a really good question.
It's a hard one to know, though. That's hard.
Yeah, it's hard to judge.
Can't
First of
t- you
all,
can't tell
I
what's in
also
somebody's
can't
head.
say that they're
Wow.
truly diehard when it could be they're just. I mean, they're getting paid to do this.
That's a
So their
great
job
point.
is on. So they have more on the line than with the average fan.
Financially, they do.
So what
But
we
do
talking
they?
Do they
Because
have
they
more
get-
passion than I do? Probably not.
But is their job on the? Is there like
But
security?
do they
on
go
the
to
line?
games?
Because they get paid either way.
I mean,
Regardless
now that
if Holgerson
True.
gets fired, he still gets paid, right? The rest of his contract, right?
Yeah, he's gonna get a buyout.
So that doesn't really matter, like whether he gets fired or not. Not saying that they are not passionate about it, because I mean, that's part of the being a coach. I feel like is you have to be somewhat passionate about it. But if he loses, contract buyout is 15
his
million.
buyout's 15 mil.
You think he's losing sleep at night for fucking
Fuck
for getting
no!
fired?
I'd be like, fuck.
do you think he wants that on his resume? Do you think he wants his kids going to school saying, knowing that his dad is in the headlines for getting fired?
You
Do
know how
think
many
he wants-
coaches get fired?
What does that mean?
So you
It
think
does
that
not
every
feel
coach keeps
good.
their job forever?
A lot of people
Right?
get fired. A lot of people don't
Exactly.
get fired. People transfer, go to other schools, and a lot
Dude,
of people
you know
do a lot
how
Bro,
of
the
many
stuff.
best have
coaches
gotten
got
fired.
fired this year alone?
That
Hall of
doesn't- just
Famers get
because
fired.
Just because a coach gets fired doesn't mean it's a good feeling.
No, I get no.
No.
I'm not. Oh my god, who
not
said
normal.
that?
So what
No,
are we
nobody
saying?
said
Like,
that.
the question was, do you think it feels good for his name to be in the headlines because he got fired? Do you think it feels good to his kids and his family?
No, I'm sure
It
it doesn't.
depends.
Okay.
But
It depends
15
on what
mil
your
sure
priority-
fucking makes it a little bit easier.
And then also, I think
Money
it
isn't
depends.
everything to everybody.
It depends. I was just about to say it depends on your priorities. If
Right.
your priority is I got into this, like, I mean, obviously I like coaching, but I got into this like to make a good living for my family. Then no, I don't think it matters to him
Right.
whether he got fired, if he has it on his resume or not. If you are really passionate, like Ash is saying, and you have you have everything invested into this, then yeah, it's not a good
Yeah.
feeling. But regardless, head coaches get fired all the time, like the best of them. Name one
Yep.
head coach that hasn't gotten fired from somewhere
100%.
that you know.
Joe Mazzulla.
He just started, bro. It's his second year being a head coach. What are you
You
talking
actually-
about?
You said
Okay,
to
I'm
ask
talking about
somebody.
people. All right, you're right. Let me specify it for you.
There's
People that have been in head coaching for years, like
Even
5+
Rodriguez got fired
years.
from Arizona.
Nah, let me get on my
Arizona
high
State,
horse. Yeah,
Arizona.
15 million definitely softens that blow a little bit.
Yes,
Let me get on my high horse. I just
it
want to
definitely
argue.
does. It definitely does. However, I get what you're saying. Being fired, no one wants to be fired. That sucks.
Way. Moving on to basketball.
Yes.
We didn't talk since they had the tournament out in Florida. We lost to SMU and Virginia. Thoughts on those games? Did you watch
I
them?
went to the game. I went to Fort Myers. Shout out to the Fort Myers alumni chapter out there. Showed nothing but love.
Dope.
Game was. I mean, they should have won the first game. They were up by like 10. They just ran out of gas. They got 6 players.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think that's going to be the theme of it, especially as we move into Big 12 play. You just can't win like that. Like
No.
that's just impossible, because at some point, guys are going to break down just because of the heavy minutes that they're playing.
Absolutely.
And you're expecting. I mean, I feel like Jesse and Quinn don't have a good game. We have no shot at all, at least until Kirk gets back into the lineup. So
I was gonna say, when
it's
does
tough.
when does he come back? The 9th or the 6th?
He is the 9th. He'll be back against
what I thought.
Drexel.
Okay.
We're 3-3 right now, so we're keeping the ship steady so far. But we got a tough St. John's game this week. Tough Pittsburgh. Those rivalry games are always tough.
That's
no
why
matter,
I was hoping Krista was gonna be back for Pitt. Like,
just about to miss the rivalry. That sucks.
And on a blackout.
And on a we ain't even get back into that. Black unis.
Yeah.
Drop the
baby.
theme music, Dave. Drop the theme music, Dave.
Back, baby.
Some producer.
What we think about that? Like, what do you think? Why now? Why Black unis now?
Why not?
I
mean,
would agree. Why not?
As it putting my AD hat on, it is a bad time to bring them back, just because
we're not.
Jesus Christ! How long have we wanted this? And now you're like, it's not the right time.
It really is.
Yeah, Tom been advocating for this forever.
But it really
bring it back, Renton. But no.
You know what's gonna happen? We're gonna come out and play a good Pitt. Pitt's good this year. Like, they're good. We have 6 players.
Yeah.
And not the best players, like 6 players. Like, you know what I mean? So we're gonna come out, the black uniforms, gonna hype them all up. We're gonna do this big rollout. People are gonna come out with minor helmets, we're gonna black out the whole arena, whatever is gonna happen. We're gonna get smacked. And then everybody's gonna blame the black uniforms, and we're gonna get right back.
That's that
could
concerning.
happen.
That is,
but wait,
that is what's gonna happen.
But so you think we're gonna lose the Pitt?
I do think we're gonna lose the Pitt.
Okay,
if
and that's just going off of how good Pitt is, or how we're looking.
Just we have 6 players, we just can't keep up.
What is the answer to that? Even with Krista back, that's only 7. So what is happening? What is going on?
Guys haven't stepped up.
I don't think we're gonna lose the Pitt. I think we're gonna get smacked.
But like we said though, like the black uniforms, it didn't. Once we put them on, we felt like Superman out there. So shit, you never know. Maybe that's the reason why you bring the black uniforms back on a rivalry
to get the momentum going.
To get them,
yeah.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But from what I've seen, like playing again, who we played yesterday? Bellamy, yeah.
But also, we only lost to 2 to Virginia, who's ranked. So you got to take that into consideration too. Is how good is Pitt?
Virginia's not that good, bro.
And it's a rivalry. Regardless of how good or bad either team is, that rivalry game ain't nobody getting. We never got smacked in a rivalry game, regardless of.
Yeah, I mean, you got a point. I mean, hopefully we'll get them hyped up, fired up, ready to play. I'm not too optimistic about the game. I hope I'm wrong.
Okay. We were talking, and I was telling John, I was like, like the Monmouth game was obviously a bad loss.
Are these the rankings?
No, this is just ACC. That's just Pittsburgh.
They're overall 5-1.
The Monmouth game was a bad loss, but outside of that, we haven't lost to anybody we're not supposed to. Like
we were supposed to.
Were we supposed to beat SMU?
Oh wow, Virginia's 5-1 too.
Were we supposed to beat SMU? Were we supposed to beat Virginia?
I'm putting myself in our shoes. Like, if that's us, we're on the team. You answer that question.
No, I'm talking about from just like the perspective of like what our team is looking like and what the teams we played are looking like. I'm not talking about if we think of course we always think we could win any game.
I'm not saying I think we should win. I'm saying were we supposed to win?
On paper, no. That's what I'm trying to say. On paper, no.
Because we have 6 players.
Were we supposed to win against Kentucky when we played in the final? When we played in the Elite 8?
No.
Okay, on paper we weren't, right?
That's in the tournament in the Elite 8.
But I'm talking about a game is a game, regardless.
A preseason game
where it is.
A preseason game versus Virginia. Yeah, we supposed to win that game, regardless of what anybody thinks. Yeah,
it's not a preseason game. What are you talking about?
A preseason before the
Big 12 play.
But, before Big 12 play. Yes, before conference
I don't understand
play.
your point, but
we're supposed to win that game.
Okay,
going into conference play, we're supposed to, win that game.
Okay,
you get me?
Nah, but okay. Whatever you say, brother.
SM, what was it?
SMU.
SMU.
SMU. We not supposed to beat SMU on paper.
I don't know. They came
Depends
in
on how good they
undefeated.
are. I don't know how good are they.
Didn't they come in undefeated?
Everybody came in undefeated except us. We lost
You know
fucking-
what's sad though? Think about how much hype that team was getting prior to the season starting, and where we're
Our
at
team?
now. Completely different team, by the way. But yeah,
Well, yeah, exactly. Like we can't really go off the. We had completely different players. I just seen Raekwon was not issued his waiver, so that sucks for him and
So
the university.
sucks.
He wrote out like a heartfelt saying heartfelt like thing on was it Instagram or Twitter, Dave? I can't remember.
Did you read it?
Huh? Yeah, I read
didn't
some of it.
see
I don't
it.
remember.
Didn't
The
see
gist
it.
of it was that the NCAA failed them,
oh,
They did.
and they
I
did.
agree.
They
That
Just
was
like they did with
that's
every
heart-wrenching.
other person that they penalized for switching schools and trying to go to a better
Dude,
situation.
and that's what pisses me off. There should never been. If you are gonna do it across the board. That's all I'm saying. Be
Yes,
fucking
exactly.
consistent.
It
Be
is what it
consistent
is.
because
After
now it
that.
looks like you're playing favorites.
Right. No, it doesn't look. It is. You are playing favorites. Like that's what it is.
Absolutely. And you know what's crazy? They're about to get some fucking karma. I'm just saying. I don't know if you've seen what's been going on.
Nah, they could go bankrupt and go. What is that? What is that even? How's that a thing?
Yeah.
That means
Oh my
we have
God,
an
that is a-
opportunity,
Sorry.
KJ, to start up a tournament. Cash in. Pay some of these players, you know what I mean?
We.
Yeah, right.
We. I know you
That's
played in France,
crazy.
but I didn't know you speak.
See, and that's the part
speaking
that I don't
French.
understand. Sorry, real
Get
quick. I was
along.
just reading Raekwon's statement, and he makes a good point when he talks about the fact that his transfer was not like most. My transfer came when I lost my coach at Montana State. I'm confused because that counts as an exception to getting a waiver, correct?
I don't
Isn't
know.
that why some of our players were able to leave? Because we lost our coach, correct?
Facts?
So how is he denied?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just again, if this was a situation around the board that everybody had to deal with and everybody got penalized for, even though I
Yeah.
think it sucks, I would be more okay with it because I'm like, all right, I understand the circumstances, but they're doing this to everybody, so I can't really say anything. But the fact that some people are getting denied and some people are getting accepted, that's what I can't like. I can't rock with that.
Yep. And it seems like it's consistently the same schools that are getting the waivers.
Mm-hmm. Talk
Just
about it. Talk about
Yeah.
it.
Legit, Kentucky, Duke, UNC. I'm just saying. Over and over and over again, their waivers have been going through.
But that
Yet
shouldn't.
nobody else's have been.
But that shouldn't surprise us though. And that's what I think I talked about it a couple episodes ago with John. I'm like, or was it you? I can't remember what I said, but just like those schools are gonna get favored over us just because of their tradition and like basketball history. Like it just is what it is.
Yeah. But here's my other question too.
I mean,
And
we
maybe
went to
you
the Final
guys
Four,
will have an
Yeah,
answer.
and we beat.
and we
So
beat Kentucky.
Raekwon's
You know what I mean?
appeal gets denied. He's currently listed as a player on the team. He currently has a scholarship.
Mhm.
What's
the problem? Right? Yeah. Right.
What happens now?
Yeah.
Does he get to keep, does he get to continue to go to school? I mean, I'm confused how that works out. And the fact that a
Yeah.
governing body dictates that is wild to me.
So if the NCAA is getting sued for $4 billion, do we get a piece of that? Who's suing them?
That is a good
Dave, what's-
question.
I
That is a
don't
really
know.
good question. Hang on.
Who
let
the
me
fuck
look
is
at
getting
the
this
story.
$4 billion, bro? I
that's-
know I better get my piece.
Right. That's a hell of a question because I have no idea.
Hashtag I got cussed out for free. It's about time
For
I got paid
free.
for it.
That'd be tough if I just had an extra 100K just come in for the year. Yeah.
It would probably be like those class action lawsuits, like with Facebook, and you get like $1.20 because.
But nah,
legal
$4
fees.
billion is a lot.
$4 billion is a lot.
So let's just do the math. I
Let's
can't
see.
even. How the
Hang
fuck do
on.
how many
There's a
zeros
new
is $4
petition on the
billion?
Ninth Circuit Court before the article goes behind a paywall.
4 billion, 9, 10 zeros? No, more than that. Hang on.
9 zeros.
Oh, I hate that. You always send me articles I can't read, Dave. Well, you didn't send it. It was posted, but I can't read it.
You should learn how to
someone put some
read.
excerpts. I can read. I'm just not paying for it.
So if each player got 100,000, they could pay up to 4,000 players. And I mean, I don't know how they would pay those types of players, like the ones that went to the little schools, and like someone like us, we was the big dogs. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's what it's saying. It's saying it wouldn't just be the end of the NCAA; it would be the end of the Power Five, because it says the defendants insist the risk of an astronomically high damages award may well force them to settle without relation to the merits of the class's claim. Stated differently, even if the NCAA and Power Five believe the players' legal arguments are weak, it's the players, apparently they're suing them, and would be rejected by a jury, they literally can't afford to be wrong. A jury award of more than $4 billion would be economically ruinous for the NCAA and Power Five, and perhaps put them out of business.
What do you mean Power Five?
Power Five.
Power Five conferences.
What does that have to do? What do they have to do with
No,
this?
schools, yeah, conferences.
What do the schools have to do
Good
with
question. But it seems like the players are the players suing the NCAA and the Power Five conferences. I don't know.
Can we sue the school?
You can sue whoever the fuck
you
you
can
want
sue.
to.
You can sue whoever.
Sue anybody.
I wouldn't sue my alma mater. That's just me.
That's messed up.
Even
right?
if they did you wrong, or you felt they did you wrong, you can never sue them.
Do me wrong? How? Like it has to be.
I don't
like,
know. I mean, obviously these players, whoever's
I felt like they did me wrong by not paying us. Yeah, they did do me wrong. They didn't pay us to play. But I still graduated from here. They gave me an opportunity to become in West Virginia, be a part of the community. They gave me an opportunity to get a scholarship, earn a degree. They still have me in the community now, so I wouldn't just off the strength of that.
Right, and you would never be you probably never be able to come back.
We would settle. We would settle if it was bad. We would just settle outside of court.
John's happy as long as he still gets pickleball access to the facility.
Facts. Still got access. Well, now we'll see what happens after this season. I think I might
have to get on.
Ooh.
But yeah, either way, like this is just crazy to me. I don't know, man. I feel like it's crazy that this hasn't happened yet. That nobody has done this already.
Hold up, though. Y'all put me in a hot seat for the Pitt game. What's the predictions, KJ? What you got?
I don't know how good Pitt is, so I can't go off. You know, I'm always gonna be with the guys. Come on now, I can't go against the guys. I think I'm gonna have to pick emotion over head, or emotion over my head right now. Yeah, emotion over logic right now. So I'm going with WVU, and I'm even gonna give a score too because that's how bold I am. You didn't give a score. I'm gonna go. Because we've been scoring, this has been low scoring games. I'm gonna go 60-54. We win.
And you're going with the guys.
Wow. I'm going with the guys.
All 6 of them.
All 6 of them.
That's what's up.
All 6 of them. Nah, I think some guys will step. I really do feel like us wearing black uniforms will step. I don't know. It sounds silly and it sounds like dumb that I'm saying that a black jersey could just change everything, but I feel like that's what it did for us, and I feel like it could do the same for them, especially in a tough situation that they're in.
I think we lose. I don't think we will get blown out just because of those reasons.
Stand by your pick. You already said it.
I can't change my mind.
Stand on it. Just like you did with the Garrett Greene. Just like you did with the Garrett Greene pick. Stand on it. Stand on your word.
The episode hasn't released yet. You gave me some insight. You told me it's black uniforms, which is true. We definitely felt different in the black uniforms. and then it's a rivalry. So you gave me some insight. Hopefully they come out hyped up. Do you think it means what it meant to us to them?
I don't see how it can't.
Because they just got here.
Because yeah, of course.
But it wasn't about that. You guys didn't even have a black uniform before, though. And like the minute you put it on, though, how did you feel?
I'm talking about the rivalry.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, the rivalry. Yeah, no, I think it does. I think anybody who plays at the school, whether it be a year, 3 years, 4 years, whatever, you feel it instantly because that's all people are talking about is beat Pitt. Beat Pitt. It doesn't matter who else we lose to, beat Pitt.
That's true.
All will be forgiven.
That's
so
all that
like that's the vibe around the school the whole week heading into the game. So how can you can't not feel it? I think that's just impossible.
True. What did the girl tell you, KJ? If you beat Pitt, what would they? What, both of them girls? Would they say they was on it?
They lied. They lied to me.
Oh, they didn't come through.
They did not come through with that.
Dang.
That's crazy.
That's messed up, man.
Yeah.
Wild times in 2008. This has been another episode of the Fat Dave's Matter podcast.
Yeah.
AKA the Final Forecast with me, your host Jay Flow. Got my guy KJ from Japan land. You got practice today?
Yes, I do.
What time?
Sure do.
That's wild. Couldn't imagine just going up to practice every day. You get to stay in shape for a living though. That's a good thing.
He's gonna turn up in his PJs and just style it out.
I'm actually leaving just like this.
I like
to go
it.
to practice.
Lovely co-host Ash.
That. Fuck.
Damn.
That's
Dave.
me.
All pissed
apparently.
Dave off.
Fuck.
And Dave.
Hi.